Once I graduated from the military academy, I spent 6.5 years on active duty as an artillery officer. When I was finished with my time in service and moved back to Lafayette, construction has always been an interesting passion of mine. Seeing something go from an empty field to an operating facility, and the parts and pieces and components that come together in the plan to create something from nothing has always been something very intriguing to me. Construction and project management was just a natural fit. So Matt and I have now partnership on an executive coaching agreement whereby I have the phone a friend, lifeline. You know, what I don't know is what I don't know. And you know, I've been through contract negotiations, and I've been through change orders, and I've been through a lot of the stuff that kind of will come up in the residential world in the commercial sector. I had a legal team helping me out there, and I had, you know, a CFO and those financial people ensuring that the money was where it's supposed to be. Now I'm him. It's a very different experience now to be the project manager / CFO / you name it, you know. So and I've never run my own company. So to have that lifeline and call them up and say, hey Matt, you'll never believe what just happened, but how would you handle this situation? You know, he's been through a lot, and has become a source of knowledge and a source of help and assistance. You know, because at the end of the day, I'm not doing this for charity. You know, we're doing this to make money. And again, what we don't know is what we don't know. And there were some holes in our systems and in our processes that were that needed to be plugged up and shored up to ensure that, you know, every dollar that we're out there working so hard for comes back to us. Every 2 weeks we're together on Wednesday afternoons and we talk about kind of what's been going on or what's coming up, or, you know, there's always work to be done on the business, and Matt holds me to it, you know, and won't let me forget that this is due in the next 2 weeks, or this is coming up and we need to work on this, or hey, we should consider potentially adding another, you know, member of the staff, or, you know, those kinds of things. He's the voice of reason. You know, more often than not, I find myself buried in the work and the day-to-day battle rhythm and the battles with trade partners and with sometimes clients. And, you know, he allows me to take that step back and look 30,000 foot view of where the company's at, you know, because I enjoy the field work. I enjoy the creative process of being out there and seeing the cabinets go in and this thing, you know, come to life. That's fun and that's easy, but it's also a retreat sometimes. And you know, it's always good to come back and kind of get kicked in the butt and say, oh, by the way, taxes are due, or we need to work on this business aspect, and really just kind of helping you to see, you know, we can't go from 0 to 100 in the next year. You know, let's go from 0 to 20 this year, and let's work on the next, you know, let's take this thing in steps. Truthfully speaking, I don't know what those steps are, and Matt has been an opportunity or a wealth of knowledge to say, these are the things that we need to have in place to ensure that this company can go be healthy 5, 10, 30 years down the road. Something as simple as putting the right amount of margin on a job and really understanding the effects of taking a little less margin on a job versus not, or, you know, standardizing those processes. At the end of the day, you know, there's leakage in every company. You know, the ability to identify those pain points for you and start plugging them up sooner than later will reap benefits. And Matt gets to come in and be a consultant and say, hey, by the way, you know, you might want to think about this, or you know, stop paying for X, Y, or Z because your trade partners are just walking all over you. Put it back on them. My opinion is no different than somebody wanting to build their own house. You know, you come to me to build your house because you're not only you paying for my trade partners and my services, but you're paying for my experience. You know, I view consulting work and Greaux Consulting as I'm paying for experience that I don't currently have right now. And though I could be the greatest project manager on the face of this earth, I don't understand the implications of some of the decisions that could ultimately affect me and my staff on taxes or on margin or on the legal terms in a contract. It's a lot of insulating ourselves from ourselves.